I got free hearing aids from the vets because they took my hearing away. We never wore a thing on the guns. Now we had Navy that was on the guns, but then you had a backup person, so I had volunteered for that job. So in case something happened to him, I knew how to take that gun over, you know. But I was 18.
18?
Yep, just got old enough to finally get in, you know. But I got rejected 3 times. So finally, when I went, my best friend was in a merchant marine. When I went down there, you only had to know the first couple lines. So I memorized them and I was on my way. At first, when I just wanted to get out of boot camp, you know, I think I was on about 6 different ships over time. And even the ships changed as the war went on. It seemed like it got a little more fancy and so forth, you know. And I chose the engine room because I've always liked engines and stuff like that. So the training I had was in running the 2 boilers and making sure that they didn't blow up because it kept the water up in the boilers and so forth. Then there were a few other small things up in the engine room that you took care of, some various size pumps and stuff. So the next time I was able to use the degrees that I earned in engineering, you know, as far as they were concerned, and fireman, water tender, that kind of stuff. And I liked that much better than just chasing around in the kitchen,
Oh, yeah.
being a helper, you know. We had the Navy on board to do a lot of the protection. Like I said, they were in the guns, and then if you volunteered, you could be on one with them. And naturally, I volunteered. I'd like to be on the gun, but there was never any time where anything happened to the guy I was with. Thankfully, for the whole ship, you know, we never got hit. Although going in one day after D-Day, the guys next to us were blown out of the water. So it was pretty wild. There were planes overhead, you know, just wild dogfights and all that kind of stuff. But we just kept on it going, and then we got close enough where all the military that we had on board could get off in rowboats and get ashore. And we were basically a supply ship, but I remember the first time we had quite a few people on board that would get into the battle as soon as they got up. You know, we'd drop them off and then they'd head ashore, and it was wild. I mean, you know, for them, it was wild even as they tried to get up. We for some reason or other, where we came in, it was a pretty good sized hill. So they had to start trying to climb that hill. And of course the enemy was up on top shooting down at them, you know, so. But I didn't have to get off because we were part of the crew to run the ship. Like I said, one time we went a long way inland. Can't tell you the name of where we went, but that was when the Battle of the Bulge took place. You know, the war had already been on a while, but that took place when we were sitting there. We thought, sure, we're going to get it, but our guys held, and so we were able to unload our cargo and get out of there. So that was one of my, you know, I felt one of my narrowest escapes. So. Well, I just remember too when Warrior was on that period of time, you felt guilty if you were still around. I mean, you actually, and here I tried to join 3 different times and got rejected. The only reason I got in is finally I just memorized the last 3 lines and I could see the first 3 lines, spit it out, away I went. I would come back and go home and, you know, visit a little bit, and then I'd go back again. It wasn't required of me, but I just wanted to do my part. I mean, we were in a war, you know, and here, if you were there, if I was in my hometown alone and there wasn't another guy my age, you felt guilty.